It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, take me higher, you take me higher, baby, take me higher, you take me higher, baby, take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Well, welcome for the first time in a long time. Welcome to Radical Truth to Power, the progressive news show with Leslie Esri. I am your host, Marlon, along with Anna Hart and Tracy Carson. We are back. Woo! Now all I got to do is work on actually having two shows in the same weekend, like what I used to do, but,
You'll get there.
eh, I'm good. And I needed to take that break. I told everybody why I had to take that break. So why the hell did I come back on this damn news? I have no idea. But it is what it is. And I am refreshed. I am renewed because what we're going to talk about today really did not affect me like it used to. Like it was just like I'm just so sick of this and everything else. And my take on it this week is sort of not what you expect. It wasn't even expected when it popped in my head, but it was like, yeah, I sort of feel that way. I sort of feel like it is. I mean, I ain't gonna tell you till we get to the end. So, what's going on, Anna? How's everything going?
I'm actually pretty recharged. Yesterday, I joined the Bands Off Our Bodies movement to go and find a local protest to join. And it was such a positive experience. There were more people than I thought there would be. There were no counter protesters. There were so many people that hundreds of cars went by, honked in support. And it wasn't just a let's all go out and show how mad we are right now and go home. There was a lot of organizing going on. There were people getting signatures for basically, we want our governor to come out and say a bit more firmly what he has said in some press releases, which is that Washington State will remain a safe harbor for abortions, and that we will do everything possible to work with anybody who needs it. And so this was sponsored by the Women's March and by Planned Parenthood. And basically, if you care about this issue, please go connect up with some kind of organization. As much as getting out marching feels great, and it does a lot for the heart to see everybody there with you, it doesn't do much in long run. This is a part of the long haul game. And my mother marched for this 50 years ago. I marched for this now for everybody who's going to come ahead of me. So I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you.
Tracy?
I'm feeling much better. I had to make a stop at the urgent care today, so.
What happened?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine, everybody. I'm fine. I have some spasms, and it's partially because I have low potassium. So they told me I have to bathe 30 minutes before I go to bed and drink a half cup of orange juice and then take a potassium pill. So
bananas. Always good for you.
They're disgusting, but I don't want my legs to twitch. So there you go.
All right. Well, walk around like acting like Elvis if you want to. You gotta do something.
I said I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna enjoy it, but I'm gonna eat that nasty piece of fruit.
There are a lot of things high in potassium besides bananas. So
no. I would eat bananas because you don't like bananas.
Yeah, he's messing with me because he knows I hate bananas.
I want bananas. See who's all out there. Hello,
Mickey.
How you doing? It said, I'm all alone. Am I ever all alone since the beating of my heart? Where's every?
We right here. We're here.
We're here, Mickey.
We're here, Mickey.
And hello.
Hello.
Yes. Why aren't you here?
It's Sunday, and he is not going to come on when he has to be up. And I can even imagine to get through Atlanta traffic. So I'm not even picking on him on that one at all. That's rough. So without further ado, let's get this party started.
We are not backing down. We are not afraid. We're not intimidated. And we're not about to give up control of our bodies to the Supreme Court or anybody else.
Hey, thanks.
So that's just a snippet. That is just a snippet of what went on yesterday. And like Anna said, I was shocked that it was more people than I thought would ever come out, but I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be because just because you don't get the immediate hot shot, everybody, let me go grab my next door neighbor and get the marching thing, doesn't mean something is not being organized. And that's what happened was they was organizing. That's exactly what they was doing. So now you see the effects of what happened when you do organize. When you go from hundreds to thousands to 10,000s to 100,000s around the United States, calling it what it is, pure BS that you just have to control something. And I think that's a mental problem is there's something in these people's mind, these conservative, these pro-life people, that they have to control the uncontrollable. And it bothers them so much when they are not allowed to control something that is out of their reach. These are the same people who are going to make you have a baby. Regardless of the circumstance, they're going to make you have a baby. Now, once you have a baby, however, they're going to try to cut SNAP programs, free lunch in schools, and everything else. So you're on your own. You should have thought about that before you had the baby. That was.
That's why I refuse to call them pro-life. You're not pro-life. You're anti-abortion.
No.
You care nothing once that baby enters the world.
You know what? That's a better word of saying it when we had the pastor who said, and I quote, "We have an issue with baby formulas in the United States, so please do not feed those immigrant children, illegal immigrant children." So what the fuck was your pro-life part of that sentence? What was your pro-life part of that sentence?
Yeah.
Explain that one.
Well, when I saw that, I was like, you make me literally want to throw up. How dare you put the title Christian in front of your name? You have disgraced the title. You don't know what the title means. You're a racist piece of garbage. It's like, rightfully so, most Christians are saying you need to back down. But I want to talk about, if you guys don't mind, Anna said don't call them pro-life. But because I used to be what you would consider pro-life. I mean, I was staunch in. So I understand how they think. I understand their reasonings. I understand their rationale. It doesn't make sense to me now why I was thinking that. Well, yeah, it probably does because of my background and how I was raised. But what they refuse to understand is you can't take your personal beliefs and just make somebody do what you want them to do. People have this thing called free will. I don't know if some of the pro-life people don't know what that word means. You can do whatever you want. Now, what you do has consequences.
That's how I always raise my kids.
Yep, what you do it has consequences.
You can literally do whatever
you want
that you want to do. There's literally nothing stopping you. There is nothing stopping you. As long as you can deal with the consequences of your actions. And these people, consequences is no action.
Yep, I mean, I've heard things like, oh, they should just cross their legs, and suggesting that they just get pregnant and have a. It doesn't matter why she's having an abortion. First of all, it's not your business. Second of all, she's most likely an adult who already has children. You need to mind your own business. You got enough problems.
The fact of the matter is this. I do not want you to get an abortion. I always want you to go to try to find the right magnitude and the right atmosphere and the right path. But I am so not willing to take your rights away from you from making that decision because it doesn't affect me. What I want and what you want are totally different. If you have the abortion, it don't affect me. If you have that child, it don't affect me.
But they don't understand. I mean, you literally have people that will say everything from, and I've heard this before, Planned Parenthood was created to destroy black babies. You're for murdering babies. And I'm like, you're literally missing the forest because the trees got in your entire way. But yet these same people don't want to wear a mask because, oh, my rights. But you don't want women to, like, that doesn't, like, the hypocrisy of the alt-right. I don't even know what to call them anymore because they're just, I said I would not call people morons or idiots anymore. I would try to ease up off of that, but I don't know another name. I literally am like, okay, what do you call
You're an idiot. You are an idiot. Like you were saying, Tracy, you are an idiot if it's my body. I don't want to take a shot. It's my body. I don't wear a mask. You Nazi terrorists try to force all this on me like this is, and I don't know why all of a sudden y'all became really great stewards of World War II, where you only know one side and that's the Nazi side, but whatever. That y'all would use that, wearing a mask and taking a shot that for some reason y'all feel like y'all in a concentration camp. Do you not feel like that you are Nazi soldiers right now when you're telling people that they got to have a baby? Do you not feel
she doesn't have rights, Marla, because it's all about controlling women. This is about controlling women, and it's been for centuries that idiotic men that will never carry a child try to control women's bodies. That's exactly what this is, and it just needs to stop. Stop.
Yeah, I figured Diaz will be here next Sunday, because Memorial Day.
Oh, you're gonna have a show that day, okay?
No, next Monday, not tomorrow. Next Monday is Memorial Day, so we don't want.
Oh, he won't be having to go to work that Monday. Got it.
Diaz will be on next Monday, and boy, I guarantee you, he's going to have a lot to say. I may have to redo this show. Will said, "Mom, they're obsessed with opposing it." Yeah, that's all it is. They just have this something in them that their life is so damn miserable. They're gonna make sure that your life is as miserable as theirs. So I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
And the thing that really trips me out is when I hear people like actually telling women who are raped, "You need to carry the baby." Are you serious? How do you look a woman in her eyes and say, you know what you need to do? What would make me say that? Even, and here's another thing, pro-life people need to stop saying that pro-choice people are for abortions. Nobody's for abortions, but if you choose to get one, okay, it should be legal, safe. I'm not going to go with the legal, safe, rare, but stop framing it as though we're just baby killers. There's a difference between a fetus and a baby. Let's get that out the way. There's a difference between a fetus and a baby.
All right, let's go into more details about the protest that happened yesterday.
ABC's Ika Jachi from Washington tonight.
Stand up! Across the country tonight, abortion rights advocates rallying in the streets, defiant against that leaked Supreme Court draft opinion overturning Roe v. Wade.
This is a decision that treats women as objects, as less than full human beings. It puts us back. I've been fighting for women's rights for 50 years, and I'm not going to give up. We won't go back.
Abortion rights supporters descending on Washington, D.C. for the Bands Off Our Bodies march.
The march is now mobile. Just take a look as the people are making their way up Constitution Avenue, all headed for the steps of the Supreme Court.
Close to 400 protests held in cities all over the U.S., according to organizers. From Philadelphia to Austin. Back in the nation's capital,
Abortion is murder.
supporters facing off with anti-abortion rights activists.
We're here to kind of have the pro-life voice and the Christian perspective here. This is hard work. There's not a lot of us. You see the responses that we get.
It all comes as Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas spoke out again overnight, denouncing the draft's leak during a conference in Dallas.
What happened at the court is tremendously bad. I think it's, I wonder how long we're going to have these institutions at the rate we're undermining them.
Justice Thomas, who voted in the majority in the draft, also saying trust within the high court had been damaged.
You begin to look over your shoulder. It's like kind of an infidelity. It was beyond anyone's understanding, or at least anyone's imagination, that someone would do that.
If Roe is overturned, at least 26 states are certain or likely to ban or severely restrict access to abortion, according to the Guttmacher Institute. With other than a couple instances where people were escorted from the rally, the event was peaceful, with thousands of people participating. Now, the High Court is expected to publicly rule on the case in question by the end of June.
So,
I mean, can I say something?
Screw you and your family. Screw you and your trust.
Thank you, Anna. You said it. Because I was gonna say I would be so happy when Ketanji Brown Jackson gets on the Supreme Court justice, so we can have an actual black Supreme Court justice. Because that fool was a joke. That man is an entire joke.
Dude, let me explain something to you. You know how I like to, when people use certain words. I would say that I reverse it. I don't reverse it. I actually use it in a positive way. And so, like, when people say, oh, you're woke, you're just woke. And I used to go, good. Why the hell would I want to be asleep? I'm glad I'm awoke. Yep. Great. So he's coming in, and you know, the Constitution of the Supreme Court has been damaged. Good.
Exactly.
Great. That is not a bad thing. You tried to slide through. As a matter of fact, I go one step further. How much BS have you been sliding through at the last second? Because I can name a couple of things that you slid in at the midnight hour through the Supreme Court that we had to find out the next morning. So wasn't nothing done. This got out. Fan-freaking-tastic. Whoever did it, give them a medal. Because they did a great job.
Yep.
Of course, the gaslighting has already started because we need to take our eyes off of that decision or that draft for a decision. And it's placed on, but we need to find who leaked it. They're against the country. They're communist, socialist, something. I don't know what the rest of it is. Y'all figure it out. Take my word for it. It's the same words we've been hearing for the last 2 damn years. So it ain't like they stretched it out to new words and phrases. So fill in the gap. They woke, they race, they whatever. But that's the gaslighting already. Is that they already tried to push it to somebody else leaked it and blah, blah, blah. And, hold on, Tracy, one more thing. And then, and the only reason I'm stopping you, Tracy, because it's the next video. And then we have to push it towards, remember January 6th when I say this, okay? Then we have to push it towards all these protests in front of the all this chaos, all this, oh my God, they're busting windows, they're setting trees on fire. It's a calamity, it's chaos, my God, I can't believe it. The humanity. One of the judges and his family had to leave their house and move to a secret house somewhere. No proof of that, absolutely nowhere. It was a Twitter post, and Fox News ran it all day. No proof, none whatsoever. And by the way, you're a Supreme Court judge. No one's gonna break into your house. At least somebody with enough sense is going, yeah, I'm gonna talk crap from the sidewalk, but I ain't stupid enough to break into a Supreme Court judge's house.
But shout out to the lady who has been sitting in front of Brett Kavanaugh's house for over a year.
Wow.
There's been a one lady protest. I don't remember her name offhand. I'd have to look it up. But she gets out her chair, she gets out her sign, and she goes and sits there for a certain amount of time every day. She's been doing it for over a year. I love one person protests.
This woman got she got company now. What was you gonna say?
She got company now. Yep.
What you gonna say, Tracy?
This whole who leaked it and maybe if they didn't write such stupid opinions, they would probably have nothing to leak in the very first place. Has he ever thought of that? Yes, of course he thought about that. He and all the idiots that Trump nominated and got confirmed within a week, but Obama couldn't get his because Mitch McConnell stopped it. It is just ridiculous. The fact that twit face got not one, not two, but three people who lied under oath. Oh, abortion is the law of the land, and it's it. You can't. And now they're going to overturn it. They need to be brought up on perjury charges, but they won't be because the Senate is a joke right now. They're all a joke as far as I'm concerned. But they definitely lied under oath about, we would never say Roe v. Wade wasn't president. Oh yeah, of course and Trump literally said, I brought whatever her name is, Amy Barrett Cohen.
Yeah,
I just call her handmaiden because that's the only way I can remember it. Yeah, he literally brought her on the court to overturn this. That was his goal.
The woman who didn't know what the Third Amendment in the Constitution was.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, that was the question.
Okay, I don't know
what the First Amendment. What's the Second Amendment? Can you explain what the Third Amendment was? You're finna be a judge.
I don't know the third one myself.
I don't know it either, but I'm not going out to be a judge either. I'm not
right.
going. I'm not.
No, that's true. Yeah, I'm not trying
to be a Supreme Court justice. So I wouldn't study for something I'm not going. What the living hell?
When Justice Jackson got him there. Oh no!
Well, Malcolm X decided to show up. Why?
Hey, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're on your phone,
okay.
Though, aren't you?
Yeah. Continue with what you were saying, man. I just want to pop in for a sec.
Let's see what everybody's talking about right now. Let me keep this moving. Except for the wealthy family, this is also affecting men as a family. If a couple feel they can't afford another child, then that man too is being forced to have it. Don't even worry about the wealthy because the wealthy go get their abortion.
Thank you.
Don't even worry about them.
Abortions will still happen.
With the wealthy. The wealthy have to fly to another country
or Canada.
They're going to get it done. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about the wealthy. They're good. They're good. This was a sheer attack on the middle class and poor in the United States. Nothing to do with the wealthy. If a family can barely get by on their own pay, if they're forced to have another baby, then the other child will also suffer. They don't care about it. Like I said, once you have a baby and they're trying to cut SNAP program, they try to cut free lunches in school, they try to cut this, that, and the other. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. You done had the baby.
Yeah, but we're going to force you to have this child, but never take care of the child.
We're not going to take care of it. The Supreme Court has been undermined since 91 when Biden shamefully shredded Anita Hill.
Yes, it placed child.
Yep.
That is so 1,000,000% true, Mickey.
Consistent right-wing message is we all need to be outraged over a leak, not the substance of the leak.
That guy or girl is a hero, point blank.
Whoever did it.
Just like Edward Snowden, just like Julian Assange. Yeah.
All right,
Chelsea Manning.
I got a lot of this stuff to do. So we're going to look at the protests outside of this chaos, this outrageous burning crosses in people's roofs, this just other destruction. I got film I got film of this destruction. I got
I was
film.
there. Yeah.
So
Oh, it was bad.
viewer discretion advised. This gets really, really ugly. Okay, viewer discretion advised.
My choice.
Rain did not stop dozens of pro-choice protesters from taking to the quiet streets of Chevy Chase, Maryland, to make one thing clear.
You don't get to take away my bodily autonomy and enjoy your Saturday night at home. You can do one or the other.
First stop, Justice Brett Kavanaugh's home, where they were greeted by Montgomery County police officers. Then they headed over to Chief Justice John Roberts' residence with a similar message. Lacey Wooten Hallway, who has had an abortion and is a sexual assault survivor, has been holding candlelight vigils in front of Justice Kavanaugh's home. But since the draft opinion indicating the Supreme Court is poised to overturn Roe v. Wade was leaked, the crowd keeps growing.
If you take away our choices, we will riot.
Organizers say that some residents have called their protests disrespectful because they're bringing politics into their neighborhood. But Emily, who lives in the community, says that the stakes are too high when the constitutional right to abortion is on the line.
Such a high stakes situation that if, it's a little bit noisy in the neighborhood, in comparison to what women in this country are facing, it's really not a big deal.
Exactly.
Disgusting.
Girl, you better stop them. First of all, they need to bring out the tanks. They need to bring out the helicopters. They need to call in the armed forces because that crowd, they are out of control. Out of control.
How dare you crowd the sidewalk, stopping all the bike traffic.
I mean, next thing you'll know, they'll want the right to vote. How dare we? How dare we?
This is your gaslighting, folks. This is
Did y'all miss the part that apparently they live so close together you can walk from one house to the other?
Stupid of them. I
Yeah, why y'all gonna live right next to each other? Why don't y'all just live a couple, miles away from each other? In
the military, special ops, SEALs, people like that, it is a unwritten rule that you are not allowed to stay in the same neighborhood. Period. It's not a rule. It's an unwritten rule. You are not allowed to stay in the same neighborhood. You are not allowed. I could go probably as far as you're not even allowed to stay in the same zip code. That is for protection. If something happens to one, they ain't got to make it easier for you to find. Why is these morons staying in the same damn neighborhood?
That's like go ahead, Cia. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Trace.
I was just gonna say that's like the president and vice president decide, let's be roommates. No, it don't work like that. No.
I was looking at it from a different angle because it's just a matter of you guys didn't even come on the court at the same time. So how is it that you bought houses on the same block in these high value neighborhoods? You know what I'm saying? It's not like houses are just sitting vacant, but that's neither here nor there. That's a little weird thing I noticed. But then on top of that, though, I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's nice to see, all the white ladies come out and protest for their rights. It's multi-ethnic, right? It's like, because this affects women across the board, right? This is an attack on women and their autonomy as women. But as usual, it's the same graphic when these things show up. It's always the white women who have means or are connected to means, because by no means are all white people wealthy or well off. That is not true at all. But their connections are a lot closer than a lot of the rest of us. But as soon as this moment is done, I don't even have to wonder. I know that it's not going to be the same level of turnout when it comes to the black women crying over their sons and their husbands, being killed in the streets. So I applaud all of the energy that's coming out. I hope it only swells from here. I love the fact that you see a lot of men participating, because this is not a women's fight. This is a human fight. This is a family fight. You got wives, you got daughters, you got mothers. But man, it's just
No, just
I don't know. I don't know,
call
man. It's
just
just
call it the
people
way.
always react when it's almost too late.
Just call it the way it is, and I didn't want to bring racism into this, but you can't help but notice that there was not a police escort. You can notice that there was not police out there in full
No
police
tear gas.
um, with their shields and ready with their BB guns, and there wasn't ready with their BB guns and everything else. I mean, I'm just calling it the way it is. I didn't want to use it that way, but apples and oranges, it is what it is.
Yep.
That if that was a majority of a black group walking around there, I'm sorry, I don't know that lady. I apologize. I don't want to put wrongdoing in her mouth. But the first thing that popped in my head was, this woman stays close to the neighborhood, and yes, it's making a lot of noise, but I'm okay because this subject is very important, and I'm okay with it. I'm thinking, yeah, but if a police shooting and this was a crowd of black people walking through, would you have said the same thing?
I can't put that on her because
I'm not. I'm just.
No, I feel what you're saying. But I'm saying that, like, this is me being generous in my way. I wouldn't put, and I'm not saying you are putting it on. I'm saying I wouldn't put it on her because I'm out of the four of us, I'm the one most likely to put it on her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put it on her because odds are, from just her way she was speaking and where she's at, she's already on the side that is more liberal than not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her voting record. I really don't. But I'm just saying the fact that she's not spitting the talking points that we would typically hear. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I would love for people to not let slip through is that it's not just old white men that are taking away your rights, ladies. It is white women that are taking away your rights. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have the audacity of one of you coined the term, but it's something to do with like male ego, male dominance, or whatever it is. But it's the audacity of maleness using, well, I think it's icky, or I just don't think it's right for you to do that, right? And you got men doing that, saying that, pushing that, writing the laws or whatnot. But you got women doing the exact same thing, and they're hiding behind religion when it's not even their religion that's motivating them to do this. They're just using religion as a scapegoat, like it's always used. And this is when my view, why you hear me so often go against, Christians or whatnot. I'm only saying that because people are using your faith as a weapon, and they're perverting what is a beautiful religion and doing these things to people. This is the American Taliban, and it's hitting on so many levels. It's just, this is one of the ones that's Front Street.
All right, let's move on. So,
where were their pitchforks though? I mean, they was making it seem like they just gonna.
I told you. Did you not see the flames? I don't know where
set that whole neighborhood on fire.
I don't know where that poor judge is gonna live after they don't burnt the house down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
At least they didn't have tiki torches.
Saying that, I could have said something, but that would have not. You'd have got banned from YouTube. I'm gonna just keep that part to myself.
So, after all of this, the judges, the little hidden draft, the leak, the protest, the destructive protest.
Yep.
Whose fault is it really? As a matter of fact, let me break it down a little more. Whose fault for all these protests that are going on in the United States? Whose fault is it really?
Now, as he brazenly incites mobs to disrupt the proceedings of the Supreme Court for partisan ends, yes, Biden should be impeached for that. And yes, he deserves the shame that will forever attach to his name.
What? Now, wait a minute, hold on. Y'all know I'm not a fan of Joe Biden. Y'all already know that, right? What was that fool talking about? What? Does he not know there's almost a 50-50 split? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I'm gonna put myself on mute because that foolishness. Like if you would have said Clinton, Carter, Obama, okay, maybe, but Biden doesn't have the. What is he talking about? Oh my gosh!
Doesn't have to be true, just has to be said. You know what I'm saying?
And he should be impeached. No, you're the president whose boots you licked should be in prison. But I'm not gonna go down that walkway.
These are the people who believe that racism will go away if you stop talking about it. These are the people who believe that drug dependency and poverty and all the other factors that afflict us will go away if you didn't talk about it. They get angrier at you for turning on the lights than for what's happening in the dark. So it kind of makes sense. They're gonna spend any and everything to blame Biden. And the moment they take the House, for all of the people, both parties are the same. It's all the same. Ain't no Democrat try to take your rights, ladies. But yeah, they all the same. But for all of this, when they take the House, because I think at this point it's rolling downhill, and I don't know there's a way to really turn it back. Biden's getting impeached.
Oh yeah.
And if you mess around and let them get the Senate too, they will get rid of the filibuster, and they will mute. They can't convict Biden because they still need 60 senators to do that, no matter what you do. But they sure as hell can shut down anything he could even imagine to do, keep him wrapped up in trials and court cases and the whole nine. But they all the same, so we're just gonna see what happens.
And the fact of the matter is everybody's like, well, if he gets impeached, what's the big deal? He's not going to be convicted. That's not the point. That's not the point. You have to level it up to Trump, who was impeached twice. So you have to level it up. Is it BS? Yeah. So what?
Hey, but Marlon, man, my gas prices is up, man. So, Biden, and them Democrats, man, I got them gas prices. I can't deal with it, man. This inflation is killing me.
Yeah, I could.
Which it is.
I can't figure out how.
If you truly want to talk about who's to blame, number one, we have to go back to at least the 70s. Because the people who are in power were starting off in Nixon and Reagan's administrations. Number two, yes, Trump did open the Supreme Court to 3 people, and he didn't get the popular vote. However, the blame on this goes to everyone.
I agree.
Yeah, that I agree with.
We were told this is going to happen. How many times? How many times?
The Democrats have used it as leverage for every election since the day it was passed. The Republicans have used it to raise money for every election since the day it has passed. This has been on the chopping block forever. And Trump promised. He didn't make a lot of promises. He made a lot of vague things, but one thing he did say he was going to do was this right here.
And this is the stupid thing right here. Republicans didn't want this to happen.
Nope.
Republicans did not want the abortion right to be happening. Why? That was their meal ticket. That's how they were getting money from you people. Why would they? It's the equivalent of the dog finally caught the car. Now what you gonna do with it? So why you think they're talking about
they'll find something else. Trust me.
A protest. Is Biden fault and everything else? They never say anything about the abortion ban, period.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter because we have all been groomed, whichever side you sit on. We have all been groomed, red team, blue team. So, yes, people are going to be like, yo, I mean, I don't like abortion, but I ain't wanting to go down like this. But at the end of the day, they're going to come home like they always do. And they're going to vote for the Republicans because they can't vote for a Democrat. because at the end of the day, it's just not allowed. That's their identity. So we got issues, and like we outnumber. I think it was like 70% of the American population was like either leave Roe alone or fine tune it. That was as far as it went for like 70%, right? But that same
Fine
number.
tune it actually goes to 80%.
Yep.
Say again?
Some are 80.
Some are 80.
Polls are 80%, but
so
just
if you look
keeping
at that,
Roe in is 70%, but if you add in fine tuning it, that takes it to 80% of the population support that.
but the Republican Party listens. I'm sorry, the Republican elected officials, they don't listen to anyone. So that's literally, they represent between 15 and 20% of the total Republican Party. But if they have the power, they can take that 20% and make rule changes. McConnell ignores their voters all the time,
and yet keeps getting reelected. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all?
because he delivers something that the Democrats can't do, right? So the Republicans, I heard a dude say this the other day. I've been saying this for years, but it was nice to hear somebody else say it. It was one of those insiders, you know, those Johnny come latelys that been a Republican operative for 40 years, and now all of a sudden they see the light. But they were saying the problem you have is the Republicans is pretty much a homogenous group. So you can speak on a collective fear, concern, or ambition. Very easy to package those types of things. But the Democrats, we have every other group, individual, and grievance you could possibly have. There is no one message you can give us that we can ride with.
Yeah, it is. The other side stinks.
No, because that doesn't work, because people like yourself and other well-meaning people, they're not trying to hear that. Yeah, we know they stink. Okay. They've been stinking for a long time, and you know what? You smelling funny too. So it's not carrying a weight.
No, I got a different stake. It don't work anymore. Because as soon as y'all say they all the same, that line don't work anymore.
No.
It still works for the people who want to use it, because it doesn't have to be true. It has to be able to stoke their emotions.
Then why do so many people stay? Well, never mind. I'm going to just not ask that question.
No, it might be a good question if you wouldn't mind presenting it.
Nope.
Okay.
OMG, bringing politics in the neighborhood. Heaven forbid. Maybe if they paid attention to politics starting in the neighborhood, we might not be as.
Thank you. Like if they hadn't wrote that stupid opinion in the first place, maybe nobody would have had anything to leak. Then.
But that's just it, man. We keep playing that game with them. They love to say that. The people who mean you the most harm, the people who are the most. First of all, everything that has a racist impact is not a racist intent. Okay. A lot of stuff that we have is people are just selfish. So if my priorities are keeping my money that I work hard for, so like taxes, personal safety, right? So now you got law enforcement, and I don't know, pick some other third thing. But that's one set, that's one group's priority. But then you got my priority, which is, can you protect my right to life? Can you protect my right to freedom? And can you protect my right to even be employed? Right? I can't say their issues aren't good. It's just saying that their priorities are not my priorities. So where I'm just trying to live, that's like number 5 or 6 on their list. So they're not going to vote that way. And they'll tell you, keep that out of the job site, keep that out of my neighborhood, keep that out of the church, keep that out, because I don't want to have to look at these other priority items that might make me feel bad. You know what I'm saying? I want to focus on these over here, which make me feel good. You know, you can't tell me I'm wrong for wanting to keep my money I work hard for. And I'm like, no, I can't tell you that you're wrong for that. But I can say that there's something wrong with you when you place that above a woman having the autonomy to decide what she does with her body, especially after she's been violated.
Well, I got 2 more videos, and I'm going to skip them, and I can just tell you that it was Ted Cruz saying the exact same thing.
Oh, good, please, because I don't want to throw up. I'm sorry, I really don't feel well.
I done got to the point now, I'm just like, okay, that was enough right there. And then I had Ted Cruz saying the exact same thing.
And one thing I do want to mention, though, the protests, they're talking about over 400 protests in all the big cities. When I looked at the map yesterday, there was 22 protests within a 30-minute drive. So they're not counting all of the small towns, and there was a lot.
No, because I remember something that whatever Clarence Thomas was talking about, but and take this for a grain of salt, because I sure as hell did. We may need to reevaluate Roe versus Wade because of this situation, but keep in mind it was mostly by liberals.
What we should do is reevaluate him being on the Supreme Court in the first place, because first of all, he should have never been appointed. Second of all, him and his treasonous wife up there talking about, oh, Trump doesn't have to show his... Don't start me. Don't start me. Don't start me. Because I could go on and on about that monstrosity of the Clarence Thomas and his lovely, lovely wife. And I say that with as much sarcasm as I can muster.
All right, I got about 10 minutes before I know Diaz will probably jump back off. So I want to go ahead and get into it because I'm pretty sure he'll have more to say next week. Whoo! Why did I come back this week?
We're still in the long fight.
We sure are. There's going to be a fight.
Yourselves.
So here's the
deal. This has everything to do with not just abortions, but voting rights. It's civil rights. It's all of us.
So here's the deal. Here's the change. I was going to talk about the couple, the whites who got caught and everything else. I don't care no more. Whatever. I mean, it was interesting, but nope. It's still happening. It's still happening.
Officials say that Peyton Gendron, a white 18-year-old man, was wearing body armor and military-style clothing when he pulled up yesterday at the Tops Friendly Market and began shooting. He picked that spot specifically for its demographics, according to officials. They say he drove for more than 200 miles away to carry out the attack in an area that had a significant black population.
He was very heavily armed. He had tactical gear. He had a tactical helmet on. He had a camera that he was live streaming what he was doing.
The suspect was immediately arraigned on first-degree murder charges, and more charges are expected to follow. Federal agencies are now investigating the shooting as a potential hate crime and a case of racially motivated domestic terrorism.
Now, authorities say 11 of the 13 people shot by this white suspect were black. They're reviewing a 180-page manifesto reportedly written by the shooter, where he describes his perceptions about the dwindling size of the white population. CNN's Paulo Sandoval.
So you understand one thing off the bat here. These white terrorists are kicking y'all from both ends. They're going to try to make you have as many white kids as you can. Also, on the other end, eliminating the minorities on the other end. Because you couldn't explain to me, there is no way you could explain to me how you have so much hate that you drove 200 miles to kill. Well, y'all better say something.
They gonna plead innocent. For real, if you don't sit your behind the... First of all, when I heard that he was brought in alive, I'm like, oh, let me just say, oh, he's white. And if I hear he had mental issues, I promise I'm going to throw something at the TV. I'm tired of the media excusing white terrorism by saying, oh, he had a mental issue. He was suffering from mental trauma. He had PST, whatever excuse it is that they make up. But if the person's black, oh, well, they were in crime and they did this and they... If I hear it, I'm going to go off. I'm tired of it.
That's not what their statement going to be. I guarantee you that's not what.
Oh, they going to the mental health card.
They can go to it all they want to, but I got some videos, and I'm gonna tell you at the end exactly what they're gonna start talking about tomorrow, starting tomorrow. But it ain't that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some morons, and that's what they is. I know you said, Tracy, you ain't gonna use it. I don't give a damn about hurting people's feelings at this point at all. If you're killing my damn people, the hell with your damn feelings. So you're a fucking idiot. I have no problem whatsoever calling you that. I have no issue calling you an idiot. I don't give a damn if you got a PhD in Mars. You're a fucking idiot to me. And I may be the one person, and my words may not be bond. So what? At this point in time, I'm doing it for joyful glee of my own. That I have the right to call you a fucking moron.
So, couple things. First thing, notice that this happened in a predominantly black area, but when they showed all of law enforcement, there was not one black body represented in the law enforcement group. Not one. So we're still being patrolled and warehoused and corralled by people who don't look like us, don't live with us, and don't have any real concern for us. And that's not to say that out of the 12 officers showing, that 11 of them are not wonderful people. All right. But you know what? I don't care. At this point right now, man, look, I've been saying this for some years. More and more people are waking up to it. We're at a state of war, and we're in a state of war where everybody's not wearing a uniform. And it's been this way since we got here. It escalated once we were no longer their servants and pets. And, you know, there's some people who just hate you. And the people who hate you to the point that they would do something like this, I would have to say, the vast minority of the other side. But being that we don't wear uniforms, we don't wear this stuff on our shoulders or whatnot, how am I supposed to know the good one from the bad one? Okay, so it's unfortunate where we are right now, but we've been here, and I'm gonna do this real quick rundown. But it's like I said, back right after young Trayvon was murdered, I said there's a difference between what is being said and what's being communicated. And black folks and people who are sympathetic to us, you need to understand, man. You gotta figure that difference out, man. Stop going by what these news media people tell you. They're just giving you a story because that's their motivation, is to give you a story. If it bleeds, it leads. That's their mantra. If it's black versus white, they'll push it. You know what I'm saying? It's not as bad between individual black people and white people. You are not against white people and against black people as individuals. You're up against an ideology. And that ideology is not always going to show itself to you. So to my brothers and sisters out there, if you are eligible to have a weapon, you need to have a weapon. I don't care how you feel about it. It ain't about what you feel, man. The most precious thing you have in life is your life. That was given to you by God, for those of you who are of faith. So you telling me you're just going to let somebody take it because they want to? And we're just going to put our heads back down? You don't like people calling you sheep, but stop acting like them. Stop acting like the wolf came through and took one more of us, and then just go back and eating our grass and hope the next one doesn't get me next time. That's not what we are anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I get people being angry. I get people being afraid. I ask that you find a way to temper both of those emotions. Be angry because you need to be motivated. Be afraid because you need to be alert. But don't let either one of those take over your rational mind, because you have to be able to discern what's good, what's bad, what's necessary and unnecessary, because what we're dealing with is really big, and I mean, for me, I'm like, I got kids to look after, man. You know, and the exchange rate on Black life is just not, it's not to my liking. So
I apologize for getting emotional. I try not to use this platform to show my emotion. I try to use it for facts. Remember, I said earlier today, I said earlier today, Theus, I don't know if you saw it. I said when I showed that video, I had a different take on it that would surprise people. Unfortunately, I showed exactly what my shock value was and went the hell off, but I didn't mean to. That wasn't my intent. But now that I'm thinking about it, my rationale didn't change. And here's what I thought when I saw that situation, and here it is. I'm not shocked that it happened. I'm shocked that it took so long. I'm shocked that there's not more. Because you have Fox News and Newsmax and people like that who have been browbeaten into the white community about minorities replacing the white populace for the longest time. Well, not the longest time, but it's new now. The replacement project that we're being replaced. I have a second video, and I'm not going to show it because it's a little too long, and I know Thea's got to get up out of here. But it's basically the manifesto of the guys saying the exact same word. That the minorities, blacks, are outranking, outnumber, outpopulating, however you want to put it, white community. Now let's put the two stories together. We're going to force you to have as many white babies as we can, so we need to populate this country as fast as we can. So no matter what about it, we're going to take over your body and force you to replenish this country with pure white American indoctrinated white children. On the other hand, we're going to indoctrinate the living hell out of anybody who, and Tracy, I understand exactly what you're saying about mental illness and everything else, but you have a mental illness, so we're going to go after you so you could go up with full body armor and shoot up any black neighborhood that you could possibly get your hands on, because I know you too close-minded, too simple to figure out that everything that we're saying to you is gaslighting. See, the funny thing about Fox News and Newsmax and everything else is they do these stories on the understanding that what they're telling you is a crime. What they're telling you is wrong. What they're telling you is sick. What they're telling you is depraved. But what they don't tell you behind closed doors is, but I'm not going to be caught doing it because I have you idiots to do it for us.
Well, Marlon.
And hold on, and you're gonna pay us for saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Theo.
I was just gonna say, I think we let things off a little too easy when we packaged it into what's happening right now. Yes, Fox is a problem. Yes, the other media and dark sites that they use, was it 4chan, 5chan, whatever chan they're up to now. You know, so yes, those things do allow it to continue to be pumped, into impressionable minds or whatnot. But they didn't have Fox News when they were making up charges against black boys and black men in the 18 and 1900s. That didn't happen then. They still used fear of the people that you've brutalized to destroy cities, families, and whole communities. So they don't need Fox.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't need.
Though, when people always say that things have gotten worse, and I explained to you, it hasn't got worse. You just get the information quicker than you normally have ever got it before.
It's harder to hide from it. You know what I'm saying? And so my point though is just saying that yes, all the things that you listed, I consider to be, accelerants, but what's driving it is so much deeper and longer lasting. You know what I'm saying? People who kept your and my forefathers as pets will never accept us as equals by asking for it. So you are up against an ideology that does not see us as human. And then think about this. See, we listen to the rhetoric and we try to make sense out of it because it's easier for us to do that than it is for us to think just a little bit further. The rhetoric is really always what it always is. It's like a deflection. You say that we're coming for your jobs and we're replacing you in the society, and you choose the black man and the black woman as your target. But our community is still stagnant at 13 to 15% of the population. We're not replacing nobody. In fact, we are more like white people than any other group in America. We model our culture. We model how we raise our families. We model it to the point that like white families typically have between 1 and 2 children. Guess what? So do black families now. We're not replacing anybody. We're 15% of the population and 60% of your prison population. Who are we replacing? But we are representative because the thing about being a black person, the beautiful thing about our genes is that everybody in America, unless you just got over here and you managed to escape it over in Africa or wherever you're from, is we're all mixed. We all have somebody else's blood running through us. But the thing about being a black person is our genes are such that if you mix a black person and any other person, you get another black person. So we're being used as a representative of a replacement, when in fact, the fastest growing communities in America are Latino and Asian. So the messaging is what we're seeing, but look a little bit deeper, man. We are up against a fear system that has been fed and nurtured for hundreds of years. And I don't see, praying it away or begging it away or running away or I don't see that changing it, man.
Doesn't exist. Yeah. So let's move on just a little bit. Because to answer Tracy's question. And I'm going to shoot this back to back because I think after a certain amount of time, you're going to understand exactly what the argument is going to be starting tomorrow.
Morning making headlines. Milwaukee police say 17 people were shot last night. Investigators say the victims range in age from 15 to 47 years old, and they're expected to survive. Police say they arrested 10 people in that case, recovering 9 guns from the scene. Now, this happened nearly 2 hours after 3 people were shot in another location. Both shootings were near the Deer District, where 11,000 people gathered to watch the Bucks in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. A lot of people running in the streets last night. More breaking news coming out of California right now. Authorities say multiple people have been shot at a church in Southern California. 1 person died at the scene. 4 others were critically wounded, and another had minor injuries. The Orange County Sheriff's Office reported on Twitter that shooting happened at a church in the city of Laguna Woods. A suspect was detained at the scene, and a weapon was recovered. We'll keep tracking updates on this story.
Just a wild guess. What's the argument going to be tomorrow?
Are they going to talk about gun rights again?
Bingo! Bingo!
Thoughts and prayers.
Bingo.
Yeah, that'll be the whole thing tomorrow. Thoughts and prayers.
Gun sales are going to skyrocket again. And I guarantee you they are, because I'm looking for one right now. I'm trying to figure out the best one for me. I didn't want to spend this money on this. You know what I'm saying? I got other things I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm gonna be hunted,
that's what I'm saying.
Just don't step in my den.
Tracy, was when you were saying that they're gonna come out with this, that, the other. No, it's gonna go right to that. By Second Amendment rights. The liberals are trying to take our guns. They always try to take our guns. You always seem to want to talk about people taking your guns after a mass shooting.
Yeah, it's a great advertising tool. You know what I'm saying? It just is, because the people who are, I'm pro 2A, they're gonna go get more guns because they're already afraid. Okay. The problem is that when white people get afraid, they get violent and people get dead. When black people get afraid, we get silent and we start praying. So, but right now, everybody's going to get something. You know, I just hope that for those of you out there, if you decide to get a weapon, a gun may not be the way that you need to go. That might not be something for you. If it's not in you to do it, you should not have to become a killer to fight a killer. Okay, let's just be real about it. Okay, but have something. Get you a bat. Get you a blade. You know, do something just to get somebody up off of it. But hopefully, what you really need to do is learn how to do conflict avoidance and choose your fights. Somebody in the street acting crazy or getting loud at the mouth, that's not the person you need to fight with. Let them run their mouth. As long as they run their mouth, they're not doing something else. You know? But yeah, you're right. This is going to kick up a new round of, well, we need to strengthen the controls on guns. And the people on the other side saying, no, the only cure for a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And then the other side's going to say, yeah, but you know, where the 10 people who just got murdered, the security guard tried to intervene and he got shot. And they're going to say, well, yeah, well, John Wayne, you know, it's just going to be, and we'll be right back where we were.
John Wayne.
If you can kill children in a classroom and nothing happens, nothing's going to happen.
I'm still looking Cuba. I'm just so ready. I'm just like I'm so ready.
But that's the other side of this, because everything's so chaotic and everybody's so afraid on all ends, that this is perfect for a personality like a DeSantis or a Trump, because they may not always have the right answer, but they always sound like they're going to stand up for you. And a scared person is looking for a brave person, whether that person is brave or not. They're looking for it. And that's how you get a fascist or a dictator or an autocrat, because they come in like a Putin or like a Hitler or any of the people like that. And they say, you know what? I might not have all the answers, but they got to go through me to get to you. And then people vote for them. And then you can't get them out.
Y'all missed radical truth to power. Y'all said bring radical truth to power back. Y'all said, oh my God, I don't have nothing to do on a Sunday, the radical truth to power. Y'all forgot what radical truth to power was all about. The truth. So without all of that said, because I refuse, and I know things got to go, so let's lighten it up just a little bit. All right.
Dang, I want to knock that. She ran out her shoe. Go, Talaya. Go, Lele. Go, Lele. Let's go, Lele. Good job, Lele. Let's go, 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 Talaya. Come on, mama. Let's go, Talaya. Let's go, Talaya. Let's go, Talaya. Let's go, Talaya. She ran out her shoe and had it. Let's go. She lost her shoe and had
Way to go, Lele.
Do you know how embarrassing it is? Because I ran track and field. It's one thing to be walked down. That's the most embarrassing.
To be what?
To be walked down.
We don't know what that means. We don't know
what that means, man.
Oh, walk down is when you're in the lead and somebody come up from behind you and pass you.
Oh, they lose the lead. Okay.
That's what we call. Wow, nobody heard that, right? Heard it all my life.
We ain't in track.
Bro, do I look like I run some track?
I know, like
Come
we done
on,
ran
man.
your shoot.
I mean, I ain't running it down. Thank God, because the last time I ran it, walk down is when you're in with somebody, especially track and field, and especially with relay races, where somebody is at the forefront, then you run around, you're at the forefront, you run around again, you're at the forefront. There is no way that the fourth person is going to do anything. And from out of the blue, they come from out of nowhere and just pew.
Yeah, they keep it close until it's time to take you.
They walk you down. Now that's one thing. But the story is true is this girl had a huge lead at the end. Like these other three was not catching her.
And she had one shoe.
No, she put it on.
She put the shoe back on.
She put the shoe back on.
She put the shoe back
It
on.
still smoked.
You had a good
Wait a minute. She lost her shoe, put her shoe on, and then won?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought she lost
all
her
y'all
shoe
need,
too.
all y'all need to quit.
Yeah, she put it. You saw her putting the shoe back on, and then she got up and ran, and then she went back and smoked them.
She ran out of her shoes. She ran back.
Put the shoe on.
Ran back, but she had she stepped back, put the shoe back on, and walked them down. Now there's a story behind that to a degree too. Was either A, those girls were not running fast, or B, those girls got relaxed, and Miss Lele was not.
No, they were running against each other though, so it wasn't even about being lax. They were still chasing each other. That girl smoked them.
Yeah, a lot.
That's a story of perseverance. That's what you do when life throws you some garbage. You put that shoe back up and you get right back in there and keep running. Don't matter what. Keep running.
What have I always told? I have told my children this. I'll tell the mafia this. If you go down swinging.
No, this is somebody who showed up and she knew she was already the best. You know what I'm saying? These people weren't her competition. They were just somebody she had to run through.
Pretty much.
And she smoked them. That's all I gotta say.
The crap out of
Homegirl put her shoe back on and still won. And
hey,
that's,
you know what? I'm sorry, Tracy. I did it again. I'm sorry.
Nope. You go right ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, hey, thank you for everybody for letting me jump in. Sorry I ran in my mouth as usual, and y'all keep doing what you're doing. Anna, I love for everything that you were able to share with us off the video as well as on video. You know, keep that fight alive. Keep doing what you're doing. Same thing to you, Tracy and Marlon. Thank you for continuing to bring that energy and that light, brother.
Well, just hold on for a little bit because we're gonna go ahead and go into our second hour. So that's Thea's polite way of going. I'm getting the hell up out of here so I can go to bed and fight this traffic in the morning. And I'm gonna need Anna when she cries. Ukraine cries, and I don't want her crying behind me. So we're going to take a small break, and we're going to get up on out of here. So Anna, you hang in there. You hang in there. This is part of why I bring you onto the show. Everything ain't gonna be pretty. Except the second half of the show, which we will also be doing a whole bunch of just joking around and laughing. And Thea's is gonna miss it because he's gonna be snoring his head off and hi to Thea.
I can't help that I snore, man. I got a deviated septum. I don't really. I just snore. But I'm sorry if I upset you, Anna. And I don't know if that was allergies or whatever, Tracy. But I hope you feel better too. But
the news is upset.
Yeah, the news is upset.
But it has to be said. It's going to upset me and upset me, and I'm the coolest person on this show.
Yeah, I think I'm past upset, so I don't even do that.
You are not the coolest person. That Anna's the coolest person on this show. Yeah, Anna's got that one lock, stock, and barrel. Because
I'm the coolest person on here. I got a T-shirt. So anyway, we're gonna go into the second half. Thea's, thank you so much for coming on. I will see you next Sunday. And for everybody else, we're gonna go into the second half. So we're going to take a 3-minute break to refresh and reboot, and we'll see you soon.
I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. A bird, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, finally, I wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I always say dreaming, never imagine I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Higher to a bird. You, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free.
We are back. All right, Anna's face is dry now, so we can move on.
I think we all got these dang on onions. They just getting to all of us.
It is what I tell you is
I do weep for humankind.
Say that
But
again.
then I do weep for humankind.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, the news gets me, and oof.
When I tell you it's time to take a break, it's time to take a break.
Yep. And you know what
I
you got to do.
I tell you that because the fight is real, it's long, and it's destructive physically, mentally, emotionally. It takes a toll on you. And we just can't afford. We could take a week, 2 weeks off. And I hate to say it like a church person, but that's what the enemy wants. So,
but that's exactly what the enemy wants. That's a true That's a true statement. You got to be just like that girl in that last video. When you lose your shoe, go back and put it back on. Get back in the race. Stop letting distractions sit you down.
If Thea's text me and said, "Dude, I'm sorry I ran my mouth. I hope I didn't say nothing that's gonna get you banned." And I'm like, you know what, dude? If it does, it's a troll and it's a hater who don't want the truth, and they reported me. But there's nothing that you said that I just thought was outrageous. So fuck them. I'm sorry. Then I will go and start another site and do this all over again. You're not gonna shut us up. You're not. In other words, like that lady said, you're not gonna put this. You're not gonna use this and have a peaceful Sunday. I mean, a peaceful Saturday. It's the same way I feel. You're not gonna do this to our people. And when I say our people, Black people, indigenous people, Latino people, all our people. You're not going to do this to us and think we're just going to shut up because you don't want to feel bad. Screw you.
And your feelings.
I don't care about you or your feelings. You're screwing us over. Screw you. What do I care about your feelings? You didn't care about our lives, but you want us to worry about your feelings? Your feelings, the feelings that you could go to bed and get over the next day. Are you serious? So, unfortunately, like other people, I'll take the consequences. I'm fine with my consequences because your consequences is taking me off the air. Fine. I'll go on the website and start my thing and say the exact same stuff that I'm saying now. Tracy and Theus has been telling me to do that for the longest time. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for me to go on the website and spread this. Because you've been spreading bullshit for years.
And spreading it on thick.
So maybe it's time. If you kick me off, maybe it's time.
$83 a year? You'll be thankful that you did it. You will be thankful.
All right, let's do
and
some
that's from the guy who said we're gonna have fun the second half.
We are gonna have fun the second half. Let me do some homework at the beginning. So we're gonna say, please go to Tracy Media LLC, which is Tracy Media now. So you can go to it. Well, what is it, Tracy?
Tracy Media Entertainment.
Tracy Media Entertainment. And go to her Patreon page and please support her. There's very few weeks left before she needs, not want, needs to go to Washington to take care of business up there. You want to know what the business is? Go to her website and find out yourself. You also need to go to Theus's Complex Mind Simple Man's Patreon page and please help support him. Truly appreciate it. His cause is very worthwhile. Please go to my Patreon page, Radical Truth to Power. Unfortunately, spelled exactly the way that.
Yeah, you gotta put that capital R, capital T, capital T, capital P.
Nope. Know why I did that like that. So I'm so sorry. Please go to Anna's website to learn something new. Learn something that you never knew before. Better yet, probably learn something you never even thought of. Never crossed your mind. What am I talking about? Go to the website and find out yourself. Also, I hate to say this because I said media video of the way, and Anna sent me a video a long time ago. I keep forgetting.
What?
He still won't show the one that I sent. I don't know why.
And I probably won't.
That little girl is precious. And I don't know why y'all got a problem with her.
You know what? That little girl is precious from the movie. Precious. That girl is precious from the movie. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So without further ado, and if Theus is still watching, this is Am I an A-hole? And they told me last week that I misspelled Am I an A-hole? So I looked at it about 4 or 5 times. I didn't misspell it. It's exactly what that is. Am I a? And that's what it was. So I was like, and trust me, I played the video 50 minutes. And by the way, I went in to change the music because I was like, this music sucks rocks. I can't stand this song on this. So I changed the music anyway. But I kept looking at the spelling like, what did I misspell? I'm not seeing it. So I didn't change anything. But Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, this is Am I the A-Hole?
It says, I'm the asshole.
Wait a minute, hold on.
It does. It says I the a-hole. Surely does, and it looks like it's all one big old long word.
This is an issue because I read it as am I the.
No, the way you got it, looks like it's like one long word. And like, no. You need to use that space bar. See, that space bar will help you. It's there to help you, not to hurt you.
The point about it is we're gonna go on to the story.
Nobody else caught that for weeks, so hey.
Hey, yes, they sure didn't. Even me, I was like,
well, that's $10 per change, so get used to it till I get paid again. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you my answer to this. Yeah, you are an a-hole, dude. Not what you think it is about, but you are, because you got something that everybody has been looking for and you're screwing it over. So yeah, I'm calling you are a a-hole, and I got some advice at the end after listening to everybody else. So let's get into it.
My insecurities are ruining my relationship with my girlfriend. I met my girlfriend Lily nearly 4 years ago. She is the assistant director at our local animal shelter and approached me about being one of the sponsors for the shelter's annual fun run. I wrote a check, showed up for the event, she asked me to dinner, and the rest is history. Lily is the most compassionate, kind, beautiful person I've ever met. She makes such an effort for every single person in her life. For example, last week she put balloons on our mailbox for the mail lady's birthday just to celebrate. I'm sitting here thinking of all the things that I love about her, and I realize I have to cut it off because this post will be too long. On top of all of that, Lily inherited a great deal of money from her late grandparents and has a trust fund from her father, so she is financially set for life. I know I have a tendency to be self-deprecating. I'm a bigger guy, pretty ordinary looking, make okay money, and for the life of me, I don't know what this beautiful, younger woman sees when she looks at me. Lily always gets upset when I make these disparaging comments. Her go-to line is, "Don't talk about the man I love like that." I've tried to stop, but it all just seems to feed into this awareness that this woman is so out of my league. Last night, we went to dinner with friends. One of the couples brought their 6-month-old baby, and Lily was absolutely obsessed. At one point, she looks to me with this sweet smile and says, "I want one." I, not missing a beat, said, "Probably want to wait for your next boyfriend who's prettier than me." I watched her face crumple. She cried the whole way home. She thinks I don't want a family with her. She thinks there is something wrong with her. I've tried to explain, but nothing comes out right. I love her, and I can feel her closing off to me emotionally. She left this morning to stay with her sister, to try and take some space. I'm panicking. Please help. What do I do?
oh, I know this man's story. Woo-wee. Annie, you go first, because I'm like, I got a whole lot to say on this one.
Yeah, it's you, dude. It's you.
You know, boy, I'm going to say it's not him. And I'll tell you why I say it's not him. I'm going to tell you why I say it's not him. I'm going to tell you why I'm saying it's not him. Self-esteem is a big struggle of mine.
Okay.
I have very low self-esteem. I don't think I'm smart.
When?
I don't think I'm smart. I don't think I'm pretty. I don't think I'm I mean, I can list.
You literally start every sentence off with, and I know this is going to upset people, but it is what it is, so I'm going to say it. How is this a short of self-esteem?
No, because I don't believe that I'm the best looking person out there. I believe if I looked at myself in the mirror, I literally look in the mirror, I'm like, I know where this guy is coming from. I know exactly where he's coming from. It's a hard thing to unlearn when you're in that route of I don't value myself. I don't think very much of myself. Some people think too much of themselves, but that guy, he's not a-hole. He just needs therapy. Because there's something wrong with him to do that self-deprecating thing all the time. So I'm going to say not the a-hole.
Well, and there also was the girlfriend who was saying, don't talk about the man I love that way. I understand what Tracy is saying, because there are a lot of times where you're saying very self-deprecating words, and we're all like, stop that. It is a human flaw to see your own self as the worst of anything. Other people somehow can see the beautiful, way easier than we can ourselves.
Yeah, and it's a hard thing to unlearn because we learn it as children.
And I'm rethinking it because of what you said. Now, however, why has this not come up as a conversation between the two? Why did it not go a little bit further than, hey, don't talk about the man I love that way? Hey, darling, you seem to talk really down to yourself a lot. It hurts my heart when you talk that way. So
she probably down to answer that, she probably didn't know he was going to take it that far.
Yeah, he took it too far.
Right.
But it's the self-destroying behavior. Especially when I see it, like I know I have some of what that guy was talking about. You purposely do things to destroy relationships or what you just heard. It's not even a thing that you're aware that you're doing it until you're like actually doing it. And it's hard to trust me.
When you on the outside, when you're single, let's say single, when you're single and you doing these things, I get it. I get it. I truly do understand it. But when you in a relationship and the person is clearly into you, I mean, if you're making her out to be, and we're taking it from that guy's point of view, okay?
Yep.
This is the most beautiful, intelligent. She ain't got to worry about money and everything else. So let's eliminate beauty, because you're making her beautiful. So it ain't the beauty. So it ain't like she's looking for somebody else. Money, because I listen to so many of these stories of, oh, I'm just dating you, marry you for your money and blah, blah, blah. But I really don't like you and everything else. No, she has more money than you, bro. So it ain't that. So what is it?
I think it's the money too. I do think it's the money partial.
I don't think it's the money.
I do.
He has more money than he does.
She has. You just said it. She, so, the like female has more money than the male. Him.
I listen to a lot of stories where the woman married a man because he has money.
Right, but in his mind, he's a little bit chauvinist. Trust me, it's that too, because he's thinking she has more money than me. I'm the man. I should have more money than she has.
Is the bills paid?
I know what you're thinking. I get what you're thinking, but trust me, I've grown up around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that I'm not supposed to use logic on this show.
I didn't say it wasn't logical. I'm just saying that's the way some men think.
I'll tell you what I'm saying is logical, but this is an illogical.
Because some men, they come from that. I pay all the bills. I make the money. You sit at home and look. It's the stupidest idea I've ever heard, but that's the way they think. And I would almost press and say he's one of those ones that thinks I'm the man. I should make the most money. I should have more money than she does. I don't have looks.
I think I don't think.
I think it does.
I know what he's thinking, because I thought it for years until I got married. That's a lie. During my marriage as well. I know what he's thinking. It's hold on. Let me get to Vicky's comment. Self-deprecation. occurrently is funny. Do it consistently means of getting attention
And receiving compliment. Yep, that's a big part of it too. You want somebody to compliment you, so you just put yourself down. Yep.
This is not what this guy was doing. That's why I play that message, because I don't think that guy is doing it either. This guy is doing all the stuff that he's doing because that is his shield for what he deems that eventually the relationship is going to be over. So he'll say to himself, I saw it coming. So he don't want to build himself up like what the woman is building him up to be. He doesn't see.
He's been with her 4 years, like, dude.
It doesn't matter. He deems himself not worthy for her. So if the relationship is, he sees it coming. So hey, I'm not going to be upset because I'm telling you all the things that was wrong with me, which would be the reason why the relationship is. So I won't feel as bad compared to, oh, this woman's making me feel good. I feel like I'm on a mountaintop. Now she sees all the stuff that I have held in. So, hey, now if she breaks up with me, now I'm very devastated. You see what I'm saying? So he's defecated himself to protect his feelings like, I see what she's doing. I understand exactly what she's doing. I even pointed out the reason why you're doing it.
Yeah, he's making excuses. He's literally putting up, hey, here's all the reasons you don't want to date me. You don't want to be with me because of this, and this. Yeah. Eventually, it's going to get on her nerves. She's going to be like, boy, bye. And then he's going to say, well, she broke up with me because I'm this, and this. He already believed that about himself. Again, that's self-deprecation. It's all.
But this is the plot twist. But here's the plot twist from the woman's point of view. Here's the plot twist. If I'm filling you up full of life, full of compliments, telling you you are right for me, and you're still doing this, and that statement that he said was, hey, maybe you need to find another prettier man, your next boyfriend. She's not listening to deprecation no more. Do you know what popped in her head?
Maybe he's right.
No.
He saw the end of their relationship.
No. Everything that you have been saying to me about you was a lie. You're really not into me like I thought you were. And I didn't see the signs. So that's why you're saying all these things, because you really don't want me. That's why she broke down and cried. It's like you're coming up with all, it's an equivalent of, now it ain't an equivalent, it's exactly what it is. You're coming up with all these excuses for not progressing our relationship, and you're trying to put it on you, when in fact, you're trying to say all these things so I will look at you the way that you look at you, and I will break off the relationship.
But you know what Duke needs to do? He needs to do just what I'm doing. Go seek professional help. Because that negative self-talk, it'll get you every single time. It will crush you if you let it.
It will destroy you.
Yes, it literally will. I'm like, dude, go to therapy. It ain't her fault. That's you. That's all on you. But I still don't think he's the a-hole, because I think he's got a whole bunch of scars that's just making him think that.
I wouldn't call him the a-hole. However, well,
he's teetering.
Yeah, you're teetering, bro. Because
he's like almost there.
I'm gonna tell you why you're teetering. You're not the a-hole. If you lose this woman because of your BS, you're the a-hole. This woman wants you. Period. There's not no I want you if.
Although she may be second thinking right now.
Yeah, now when he said that comment, she's going to be like, well, shoot. Maybe he's right. Maybe I can do better.
I want you if. I want you but. I want you and. No, this woman wants you, and you're individually destroying it.
Self-sabotage. Again.
Perfect word.
He needs to seek professional help, because, again, self-sabotage will take you down.
You are
self-fulfilling prophecy.
if this relationship goes down,
it's his fault, yeah. But he needs to find a therapist, find somebody he can talk to, feel like, why am I thinking this?
Dude, please.
Hey, and I just told y'all all I'm going to therapy. See how releasing that is?
I'm going to therapy too, and it is a wonderful
I see a therapist from time to time. Why the hell you think I haven't been on here for about 2-3 weeks?
I'm just saying, for the people who question therapy out there that may be watching, it's okay to say you need help. I'm talking to them, not us.
Go get help. We ain't finna question you. I don't even care why you're going. Go. You ain't even gotta tell me. Just go.
The hardest thing is just before you open your mouth. All those doubts and fears. As soon as you open your mouth, let it out. Oh, you'll be amazed at how much you can actually work out for yourself.
Clarity. You be like, oh, well, this was because, oh, wait a minute, I'm doing this.
Hot Seasons videos of the week. Ain't nothing funny than watching Anna be dancing in the background while the music is playing.
And I never get to see it.
Anna was on. No, okay. So the music is playing, and Anna wasn't moving at first, and then it got to the part where ding, 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 and Anna started going. But it doesn't stop there, Tracy. It doesn't stop there. The more the music playing, she went.
Oh, she hit. Oh, you hitting up. Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
I was like, wait a minute. How long is this song?
I get the groove. I get in the groove of the beat, man.
Hey.
I have been a singer since I was 3 years old. My mother pulled me up on stage. We sang in harmony, brought the house down, and I've been on stage since. Now, the illness has gotten in the way of that. We had plans. We were going to be like the next Jugs kind of thing. And, but, we still went to the stage. We still, there are many songs, original songs.
Sorry? Say that again?
What stopped you from being on stage?
My illness.
If you're immunocompromised, you can't withstand long, because you're on stage for a long time, like hours.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you did like 30-minute sets. Now you could do 30-minute sets.
Okay, let me help you out. Then, Anna. Walk out on stage, sit your butt down, and sing your little heart out. There's no damn excuse. If you got a talent, you better talent it.
Yeah, because don't nobody really want to hear us sing.
Welcome to my show. I'm going to sit down right now and sing 2 hours of your show. Enjoy yourself.
She only did 2 hours.
Hey, I don't think I like this show. Why? Because she was sitting down.
Oh, well.
Did she sing well? Yeah, it was great. So why you
okay.
You were sitting down?
I've done shows sitting down. Not a problem. When I cannot stop throwing up, that's not very nice to see on stage.
Girl, hey, Ozzy Osbourne made a whole career out of it. I'm just saying.
Oh, no.
Lean on me.
And you don't want to hear us sing. You. Yep.
That will be
your friend. Yep.
I'll help you. Carry on. People understand. Corny joke.
I got a question for you. Here we go. How do you put an elephant into a Safeway bag? What? How do you put an elephant into a Safeway? You know Safeway, the groceries. I know what Safeway is. Well, how do you put an elephant into a Safeway bag? I don't know. Why don't you just tell me? You take the F out of safe and the F out of way. Huh? Think about it. Take the F out of safe and the F out of way.
There is no effing way.
So we're gonna go with Thea's jokes today. Okay.
Raise your hand, and be honest because I saw both of y'all old video. Raise your hand if you was actually trying to figure that joke out.
Yeah, I was. I was like, oh, there's no. Now I got it.
I'm going to say.
Wait, there's no. Now I got it. Then I got.
Oh.
Oh God. No, Mickey, I got your joke at the end. I got yours. I got your prank at the end. Cause
Nikki likes it dirty. She likes it hot.
no, it's not dirty. It's actually not
What
dirty.
if Mickey is what? Hold on. Say that one more time.
No, it's not dirty. Because Mickey's not completely dirty. Mickey is dirty and manipulative. I mean, not manipulative. Mischief. And mischief. That's not even a damn word. Mischief. But she loves.
You mean mischievous?
Yeah. But she loves revenge. I got your video, Mickey, at the end. Yeah. Wait a minute. I got it right away. Does that mean I say fuck too much?
Yes, it does. It does.
Possibly.
Possibly. Yeah, it does, Mickey.
Possibly.
It's not a possible. You do.
That's a definite.
So sticking to the theme of what we've been talking about all day, without actually going back into what we've been talking about all day, maybe this is something that everybody need to keep in mind. Brand new service. Should be tried more. A lot of people have used this service before. It should be spreading more than what it is. And it hasn't, but it's a service that everybody should start using, in my opinion.
Are you a grown adult?
Yeah.
And people are doing things you don't like?
Yeah.
Introducing Minding Your Own Business.
What's that?
Minding your own business is an interesting concept where you worry about yourself and let other people do what's best for them.
How does it work?
It's simple. Ask yourself if someone's personal decision affects you or anyone else. If it doesn't, shut the f*** up and mind your own business. Repeat as necessary.
I'd love another example.
Okay.
They should not be allowed to do that. Hey, you know what? It's really none of my business. I was gonna give my thoughts on how people should live their lives based on my specific viewpoint, but then I remembered to mind my own business. So I did, and everyone else is better because of it.
Try it today.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's a good one.
It's non-gender, non-racist, goes across the board of area American, and everybody around the world. Everybody around the world can use it. Give it a shot. Not give it a shot. Do it. And stick to it. You'll be amazed how better world we would have if you tried this service. Now, of course, I'm going to have to pick on my Caucasian friends, even though apparently since doing this show, I realized that my Caucasian people is like, yeah, that's not true. You will be amazed on my website that I have put stuff on there. And
what website is this? You don't have a website.
Facebook site.
Thank you.
Brother.
No, I'm your sister.
You're a bad big brother.
Gets on my nerves.
No, I don't. I'm sweet and kind.
Whatever. You will be amazed on my Facebook page how many of my Caucasian allies have come to be with the, and I'll admit, with the stereotype of that's been going out about the white community, and they have come back to me and go, "Nah, that ain't us. That ain't. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never did that. I ain't never said that. I ain't never been like that." It's like, oh, okay. And if you ever want to actually have fun, get a Caucasian person upset about the same agenda as you. It is hilarious. These people are raw, for a better term. Like, you think we're bad on this show? You ain't seen nothing. Woo! You have not seen it. These people will snatch into a racist white person way quicker than we do, with no remorse. I've seen some where I'm like, damn, I'm the
Georgia Fort coined that as the caucasity of it all.
Caucasity, I love that.
I have seen some that just like, even I have looked at some of my Caucasian allies and go, they may have gone a bit too far. But hey, when you talk about don't give a F's, no, they could care less. These people are. I just sit back and read. Like, this is the best entertainment since wrestling. This is great. I love this. But anyway, so this is one of them.
So I took the trash out pretty late last night, and I heard a weird sound, like an animal in some sort of discontent. And I immediately thought, maybe that's a cat. What if it's hurt? I should go check it out. But then I was like, wait a second. Black TikTok and indigenous TikTok graciously taught you better than this. We just heard a weird noise in the middle of the night in the wooded area behind our house. We know the protocol here. Go inside, lock the door, shut your mouth, and try not to let your Caucasian curiosity be the end of you. Because like best case scenario, it is an animal. In which case, what the hell are you gonna do, Dr. Doolittle? And I'm not even gonna talk about worst case scenario because I know better. Anyway, thank you to Black TikTok and Indigenous TikTok. I did not go investigate the strange noise in the middle of the night.
Live in a house with ghosts. I'm gonna go investigate. Really? Why you gonna go investigate that? You run. Every horror movie, I'm like, y'all go. Just come on, stop.
It reminds me of two things. Eddie Murphy had a joke where he said why black people don't get killed in haunted houses, because black people will move into a house and go, wow, honey, this is a great house. It's beautiful. We got a big backyard. We got a chandelier on the roof and everything. Everything's so clean and fine. This is a great neighborhood. This is nice. Get out. Too bad we can't stay, baby. We got so
yeah, we gone. It's like you ain't got to tell me. We goodbye.
The other one was, did y'all see is it the Geico commercial or? I don't know what it is, but they're being chased by the guy with the axe. Well, they're not being chased at all. And they're like, oh my God, we're being chased. What should we do? Let's run into the cemetery. No, let's run into the cornfield.
Yeah, that's Geico. Yeah, make the most noise.
The running car.
Yeah, the running car right there. Nope. Let's hide behind here and make as much noise as possible.
Yeah. Why don't we just jump into the running car? Are you crazy? Let's go running behind the chainsaws that's hanging from the roof. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. It's like, and look, even the guy that was chasing them pull up his mask and went,
what?
You're not even making this hard for me. I don't know what to do now. So yeah. And like I said, my Caucasian allies would look at me and go, yeah, we don't investigate jack. We don't investigate nothing.
Sure don't.
Yes,
Now, no, I'm gonna tell you what y'all do. That
Yep, haunted house. Let's go in. No.
I'm gonna tell you what my Caucasian people do that still irks the crap out of me, and I know a few, so y'all can't even get mad at me. And if y'all try to even come and say no, I don't do that, I know you're lying. Commotion, yelling, screaming, fussing and fighting, everything else. What's going on? Are you in the argument? No.
Stay out of it. Yep, stay out of it.
Are you in this?
Yep, jumping right in there.
Let me pull out my phone. Get the fuck away from this. Did I not just show the video with everybody with what? Tracy, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes, black people do travel when we laugh. Just to make all things equal.
We do. I don't know why.
Yeah, we will sit. We cannot laugh and stay in one place. We got to go all around the room.
when we laugh, we can't just go, ha 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 ha.
No.
Look, and I do it on this show too, so y'all know I'm not being racist. I
Nope.
do it on this show too. When I see everybody else, when white people laugh, they ha 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 ha. When black people laugh, ha ha ha.
We gotta move our whole body. Our whole body has to move.
So, but
then we laugh so hard we start crying
and choking and everything else.
Yep.
But
I was just trying to make all things.
See, Anna may have a little bit of black in her though too, because I've noticed every time that she laughs, she's like drops her head off camera.
But she's not moving.
I've said several times I've seen Anna go.
Yep, now that is true.
So
I do move. But nope, not one drop of African blood in me.
Don't ever say that. The whole
Can be detected, is what I said.
No, okay. The Clobber family started off white. Hey, great daddy.
Great.
Oh my God. Anyway, I believe what you have to throw a monkey wrench is this. If you see an adult beating a child or kicking a dog, should I mind my own business? If a racist go on a public rant, should I speak up? Yes, and those are the
extreme. Yeah, those are the one-offs. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, those are the extremes of there's going to be a physical situation occurring, and yes, you may need to get into it. They did it on a damage report, and I should have got that video. I apologize, but I should have got that video. There's a car that was in Florida. There was a car in Florida. That was the woman apparently behind the wheel had some kind of condition. Whatever the reason was, she passed out behind the wheel of the car. And there was a woman that was on the side of the car trying to stop the car because the car kept going and it was going into traffic. So she is trying to stop the car. The next thing you know, 4 or 5 other people jumped out of that car to stop the car.
And one person backs up.
Yeah. So in that extreme measure, like you were saying, Mickey, yeah, you need to not mind your business because you're helping. By the way, for the dude, I appreciate your help. Don't you ever try to break a door window with your hand ever again.
That's dumb. You injuring yourself now. Come on, get it.
This is not a Superman moment. I appreciate you. I'm not putting you down at all. I promise you, I'm not. Just don't ever do something like that ever again.
Use your brain,
You're not going to win that fight. Trust me. And I'm not even going to say, trust me, because I know. I just kind of do not to ever smash my head into a window. But those are the extremes where, yeah, you need to be involved and to do something about it. 2 people arguing over whose whose restaurant table this is, that ain't none of your business. People who fighting over who jump line at a concession stand, that's none of your business. Because it's not. You're in line, they're in line, let them deal with it themselves. And the only reason I say that is because it literally gets worse when other people get involved.
It sure does.
A whole bunch of people get involved in something and it comes out cordial. It doesn't. It gets worse. Marlon, we white people can be loud, more aggressive because we're white. That might just be us punching the nose if we get black.
Yeah, but Mickey, you don't travel when you laugh. So therefore, I'm going to just say that.
Well, no, I think she was talking about the whole getting louder on the situations that he's getting into and why. And I don't want to say this as a one-off and have it been taken as an insult because it's not. But it is a version of white privilege because they are our allies and they do know what we're going through. They do sympathize with what we're going through. They do want to help what we're going through. So they could be the loudest because deep down subconsciously, you're not going to be treated for expressing what's going on in this country,
right?
What a black person would say. So we can say the exact same thing as a white person says, and a white person can take it over the edge. They would look at being a liberal, being woke, being blah, 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 and everything else. Black person say the same thing. We're looked at as stop playing the victim. Stop. It's all over a long time ago.
Racism. I didn't own slaves.
Reverse racism. Stop making me feel bad. So you see what I'm saying?
We had a black president, so that should be good enough.
So yeah, they can.
If I can say something for a moment here, as a Caucasian woman, it is our responsibility as white people to start talking with other white people about how much we stick our noses in, about just the upbringing, about our systemic pick-up program. The conversation right now, it should be white people speaking to other white people and saying, check yourself. I mean, I try to do it. I might say something that has come from my childhood and I don't realize the implications or how far that reaches, what have you. But I want to know, I want to learn, and I want to get to a place where anybody could be in a room together and be comfortable.
You said one word that's very hard for other people to understand. Learn.
Yeah.
It's something that you think you know everything. I've said this before. I'll say it again. You know when somebody is being genuine. When they ask you a question and they sit there and listen. Who's ungenuine when they already have their answer and they ask you a question and they already have counter arguments against it. They're not being genuine. At this point in time, that's why it's been that you don't see me on Facebook a lot. I post things and everything. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not. Because you're not being genuine. You don't want to learn. You want to put your countermeasures across anything that I can say. I can sit here and show you, oh man, damage report. John Olarola.
Idarella, yeah.
Love that dude, by the way.
Yep.
That's one of the dudes where I sit there and tell you when a white person gets upset, he's not doing something. You do not go against John. You are going to lose terribly. you will lose a very awful John and what's the Monday night, the Monday person, the lady, the comedian.
Aida Rodriguez, are you talking about the one with the short hair?
Anna.
Anna's got the long blonde hair. Anna Kasparian.
I think it's Anna Kasparian. Those are the two people you just don't want to try. It is so not going to work out for you. It's not. But anyway, he had where he said that he put on Twitter. He put on Twitter where he said something to the effect of, yeah, they're going after abortion mothers who abort their mother. They're going to try to go after murder charges. And people went against them like, oh, come on, you're lying. You're not even making it. No, come on, you're lying and blah, blah, blah. You're not making any sense. No, they wouldn't go that far and everything else. He said he put video, or I don't know if he said he put video up, but he put up evidence. So either it was a video or stories or whatever, articles or whatever on Twitter said, no, this is what this guy said. It was completely ignored.
Until Louisiana did, then it was like,
it would be completely ignored again. No, you're just lying. You're just a leftist. You're just a leftist. You're just a radical. Blah blah blah. You really think that I'm going to argue with people like that? Even the proof given to you, you're just going to ignore it. Why am I going to waste my time arguing with you?
You know, the moon landing didn't happen. They just put it in a studio. I mean, it's the kind of people you were talking to.
I do have one question about it. I did see that flag. I still see that flag flying in the wind. I just kind of try to figure out that there's no wind in space. So
the moon landing is not staged, Trump fan. It's not staged.
I had a question about whether
it was real. They really went to the moon several times.
The flag was waving in the wind.
The moon landing was real. And next you're going to start talking about Trump really won the election.
I saw an International Space Station astronaut turn his own camera around to show the roundness of the Earth and says, hey, flat earthers, not true.
Yeah, it's like it's right there, see? Oh no, they did that in no studio. And what? How about that?
I got a question for flat earthers out there.
How come you don't fall off when you're going on a cruise?
No, it's not that. By the way, just for you history morons who don't know history, first of all, we figured out that the Earth was round like in the 1600s.
Galileo, let me know.
And guess how we figured it out? Somebody was sitting on the shore. I mean, somebody was sitting on the docks watching a ship sail. And as the ship was sailing, it started sinking behind the seas. The ship came back.
And hey, the same stars come around.
They think that the sun revolves around the Earth. They think the Earth is flat. They think Trump is still president. If I didn't use Facebook as a tool to promote my show, I probably would never be on it. I'd be like, I can't with y'all today.
I went from dead quiet here to a huge thunderstorm right over my head. It didn't even sneak in.
JFC, just fun case?
No, Jesus effing Christ.
I went to, thank you. Because I was so like, and what?
Thunderstorm right over. Oh, God. Even I didn't speak.
Oh, you'll know why. Girl, you better take cover.
Please be careful, Mickey.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for years that I get older, but the more I learn, the more I recognize I did. Thank you. That's my point.
Say you don't
So
know.
much fun to learn.
It
really can be.
Mickey, I've learned so much from you, from the indigenous people. I really know shit about what Canada did to the indigenous people. And trust me, y'all really fucked up the indigenous people up there. The school.
We all did.
The school.
American.
Oh, we're not supposed to talk about the school. Okay.
I couldn't believe when when the news came out on Twitter first, and there were some 16-year-old Canadian kids that were saying, "Wait a minute, didn't this happen in the USA?" No idea that it happened.
No,
north
bless
of
your
the border.
home. I mean, we started it, but y'all, y'all just had to jump in there too.
And they still finding graves.
Still.
2022, we still got the first Black Indigenous fill in the blank. Really, y'all? We should have been had a woman president. We should have been had a Latino president. We should have been had an Asian president. Don't start. I don't want to start. I just want to, I just want to.
Anna is what I'm thinking about.
Dr. Richie.
Dr. Richie, he does.
Okay, I like Dr. Richie.
I be trying to like him, but I'm like, dude.
I like Dr. Richie. Everything but the Karen stories.
Yeah, I'm like, stop with the Karen stuff. You ain't got to do all of it.
The other stuff, I'm cool with.
I tolerate them, but I'm like, yeah, okay.
And unfortunately, what's the name is, they was dipping into it, and I think they pulled it back. Thank you. But the watch list with JR, they started dipping into it, and I think they pulled back. I appreciate it, dude. I don't want that stuff because my my new crack right now is what I call it. My new crack right now is going to YouTube videos and looking up "Am I the A-hole?" and the Karen stories and the entitled Karens and blah blah blah. And I try to pull myself away from them, but as I keep listening to the stories, I'm like, I can't break myself away from because it's like, you can't be this stupid. And I got one where I know it's a lie, and I'm glad this is not over there because you and Tracy, that's so fake. Haha, that's so fake. There ain't nobody.
Some of them people, they be straight up lying. I'm like, dude, you lying.
But I know I came across one that was like, and I'm gonna play one next Sunday. Everybody ain't got to work next Monday. Tracy, you gotta work next Monday, the following Monday. I'm gonna play my favorite one, and I know it's fake. Because trust me, the ending always is the same. So I was like, yeah, this is fake. This is a woman who liked to write short stories, but she don't change much. So it's like, oh, it's cool with it. I'm gonna play my favorite short story from this woman. I know it's fake. Y'all gonna know it's fake, but y'all gonna hear about it because it's gonna bring tears to your eyes. I want tears to come to this eyes because we deserve to have happy tears.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, Crux started to scream and red.
He be getting on my nerves. Oh gosh, I hate to say that out loud. I'm like, oh, shut up. Like, ease down a little bit. I don't like ranting just to rant, and I feel like that's what he does sometimes.
I would listen to Anna's rant before I would listen.
Yeah, I listen to her way more because I know where it's coming.
I like Anna's. I like rants where, because John is great at it. I would love to get to his level. I love rants where the rants make sense.
And you're not repeating the same thing over and over in the rants. I'm like, come on.
If you don't repeat the same point over and over again, and everything that you say it makes sense, that is the greatest rant. Anna did one on religion. She did one on Christianity.
Yeah,
No, it was cool because she didn't go out because her viewpoint was, you can believe what you want to believe. I have no right whatsoever to tell you that you cannot believe what you want to believe.
Yeah, that's not one of my favorites, but
what I have a problem with is you try to tell me what I should not. And she went on a phenomenal rant. It was great.
It's viral.
Yeah, and I am a Christian. I really am. I know I don't act like it, but
Oh,
I know I don't act like it, but I am. I believe in Christ. But I can tell you that I'm probably old school Christian, where it was like, how can I say this? And I want to say it this way because it sounds like I'm being negative. It's not negative, so to speak. I'm just telling you how I was brought up. Our Christianity was you earned the right to be a Christian. Nothing was given to you. When you say that you're going to do Christ-like things, you better be doing Christ-like things. Not showing up at the church, put in your 2 hours and leave.
Oh, 2 hours? Don't nobody want to put in 2 hours. It's now 45 minutes. You better keep that thing short.
And that's what I mean. That wasn't my church. Missionary day or the first Sunday, go to church in the morning, go home, eat dinner, come back to church.
Oh, no, we didn't get to go home. We ate at the church, went back upstairs, then came back for night service. I went to 4 church services in one day.
And don't even have me talk about missionary meetings and the choir.
Oh gosh! Now you take
you gonna earn. I'm a Christian. No, buddy, you earned this word. They made us earn every word that we did. You can't just sit there. I'm a Christian. Okay, what did you do? Nah, not how I was brought up. No, buddy, you earning, and apparently that's. And maybe we need to get back to that. Apparently, maybe that's not need to be something that just you can say and this wrong. Maybe you need to earn it now.
You know, i.e. the pastor said, don't feed the immigrant. Like, but sit your tired behind down and shut up. Just shut up.
And people like that in my day would have been ran out of the church.
Bar none, out.
You would have been gone. You would have been gone.
Those are during the days of accountability. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah, that whole word being accountable and responsible.
Out of that church that day, they would have turned your mic. As a matter of fact, I can tell you exactly what it is. They would have turned your mic off.
Or if he said that on Twitter, they'd be like, no, you need to resign, and you can either resign, you can be fired. It's one or the other, boo.
You got to go. You got to go. You can't be here. You ain't got to go home, but you can't be here.
You can't stay here. But sometimes I'm like, dude, shut up.
The U.S. had the same as Canada. They kidnapped Native children, stripped them of all their heritage. They were still involuntary sterilized
in the 80s.
U.S. in the 80s. Yeah. Nothing changed.
They were still killing children.
I do love JR.
I'd be trying to watch a show, but I'm like, I'm at work, can't watch it.
I love JR's show. I just said there was a couple of times where he just started getting into the Karen, the whole that genre. Just like, dude, I need stuff that's going to progress the fight towards something better. Showing a Karen over and over again is not progressing anything, and I think JR started pulling away from it though.
I wish your boy would. I'm like, stop showing them Karen videos. Stop showing the Karen videos.
And they show it on John's show, on every single. It's like pick one.
It's like, come on now, stop. I know some more Karens. Show a different Karen. Y'all show a different Karen. Maybe that's what I'm tired of, seeing the same Karen over and over. I'm like, I done seen her. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's it.
Between 1970 and 1976 alone, between 25 and 50% of Native American women were sterilized. And by the way, that was so long ago.
Yeah, that was long ago.
That was so far away. We would.
It's gonna make little white children feel like they're racist. No, we're not saying the little white children are racist. We're saying that their great grandparents were racist.
Oh, that's not what I was saying. Oh, that was so long ago. No, did y'all do that to the Trump era? Did we have reports of that? That they was doing it to the Mexicans that was crossing the border?
Oh, no, but they'll say, well, Obama built the cages and he couldn't have put the children in the cages if Obama couldn't build it.
Obama is a very terrible man. What he did was absolutely terrible. He had absolutely no right to build those cages. And I would feel that if you felt that it was really terrible for him to build those cages, that you would never use those cages during your term.
Yeah, you would destroy them and say, "Hey, this was jacked up. We shouldn't have did this. This was wrong."
We would never use this because
no.
this is a terrible thing. So why would we use something like this? It's Obama's fault, and we're gonna reverse everything Obama did, except that.
Well, he built them, so we gotta use them. Let's not say it was wrong. Let's just, I mean, they're not really people or anything like that.
One of the longest lists of reasons I left Catholic Church and religions when I learned that babies must be baptized
because they
carry. That's because of parents.
They carry original.
Because they carry original?
Yeah, I think
original
I know what.
Sin? Original
sin. That's what I'm thinking. Original sin. That's because the parents. Yeah, I didn't grow up in. Well,
by that logic, let me rephrase that. I got baptized when I was a young kid. I said a lot afterwards, so that logic ain't working. Trust me, I learned a whole bunch of original stuff when I got baptized. Not proud of it, trust me, but it did happen. So like a do-over, I guess. The last residential school for NA closed in 1996. Was that too long ago?
Yes, Mickey, was. For them, it is. Anything,
Look,
Pat?
Tracy, Anna, Mickey. We're looking at January 6th insurrection, which happened last year, is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Last year. So you think 1990, whatever, they're not going to use as a long time ago. The insurrection was already seen. The insurrection a week later was seen as a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, they were tourists and they got a little out of hand, but nobody was hurt except for the 4 cops that. Oh, original sin. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. I'm like, oh.
Anyway, let's get to this last video because.
Yep, it's almost 10:30.
I gotta go to bed. But I'm gonna have a good week because I know I have next Monday on, so I'm not sweating. Mickey, this is for you because I know how vindictive you are. So have fun.
Attention, please. Students, attention, please. Ladies, would you please stop putting lipstick prints on the bathroom mirrors? I repeat, ladies, would you please stop putting lipstick prints on the bathroom mirrors? Thank you. Is that good?
Yeah.
Jelly bean?
Sure.
What would you guess happened? The number of daily mirror kissings doubled. Eulogio spent hours cleaning them off. That's when he got smart. He called a group of the most popular girls in the school, known culprits, down into the lavatory.
Ladies, I'd like to thank you for your time. Every day at the end of the day, I have to go through an unnecessary cleaning process. I'd like to show it to you, and I'm hoping you're willing to help. If you look over here to the mirror, see these lip prints? They're greasy and difficult to get off. I go home late every day because I spend so much time on these mirrors. I'd like to show you what I have to do every day. Every day I do this.
Yes.
As much as I'm against revenge, that was perfect. But they won't put their lips on that mirror anymore.
And I was thinking how gross that was before.
Yeah, you gonna kiss? You don't know who's mouth. You nasty.
Oh God, LOL. I'm not vindictive. I just enjoy karma a lot more than I should. So do I, Mickey.
Yeah, they can. I'm like,
I'm not even gonna lie to you. So do I. I'll tell you that I do love karma more than vindictive.
Mm-hmm.
Vindictive is you plan on it to happen. Karma is
the universe just worked it out.
Yeah, but his was vindictive.
What happened? It just happened, and my hands are clean.
That's not karma. What you just saw him do. That was pure vindictive.
That was vindictive, and I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, but they won't. They put their lipstick on all they want.
And I'm like, I don't know if it was you or Mickey or Anna said it. Ew! I'm not kissing a mirror. Good. Oh my God! Because I'm always assuming that's where he got the water from. By the way, so ew.
Mm-hmm.
They're not supposed to, but they do.
Oh, he did that just to put fear in there.
I think he did it to put fear. I'm pretty sure he doesn't use a squeegee to clean the mirrors at the girls' bathroom. If he did, he nasty.
Tracy, my counterpoint to that is because no one in their right mind would kiss a
mirror in the first place. I know. I'm just saying if he used a squeegee to...
What water could he have used that's just so bad? Because on the assumption that...
No, I'm not saying that the toilet water wasn't clean. I'm saying he used a nasty squeegee.
Because you're not supposed to kiss a mirror.
I know you're not supposed to kiss a mirror, but he doesn't really, if that's not a sketch. He really does. I don't know any janitor that uses a squeegee to clean a mirror.
You're going to learn today. Oh, I'm talking about the squeegee itself.
Yes.
Oh, I don't care how he does it. He got the point across. Me personally, I would have stuck like a dirty rag into the water.
Just go back up there. Yeah.
This is how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, what you need to do is before you even do that though, is you need to flush the toilet first. Like there was something in it. And then dip the water.
Now wait a minute. We don't have to do all that.
We get these things off of here. Let me take care of this. This is what I go through every day, ladies. I'm sorry. I'm going back to normal. I'm so proud of myself. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, that is our show for tonight. Tracy, tell everybody where they can find you.
TracyMediaLLC.com, my Patreon, my crowdfunding fundraiser, and sending me to DC, TracyMediaLLC.com.
Anna?
I am at BoreliaEtc.com, BoreliaEtc.com. And I just want to give a plug for Planned Parenthood. If you need the help, please reach out to them. They are 1-800-806-8628. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome back. It is what it is, folks. And what it is something that we need to change. And I've been gone for a long time, and I'm glad that everybody understands the reason why I've been gone for so long. And I hate that I came back in such a type of a show. But it has to be said. It has to be done. We can't be silent on these situations and pretend that it's not happening. Anna expressed it better than a lot of us with the tears and the sorrow and the anger. You can't pretend that it's not happening because you don't. And I'm not saying Anna was doing this. I'm telling you because I know Anna well enough. Drop your tears. Bark like a dog. Be upset. Even the dog is upset. You hear him. Be upset. Drop your tears. Do what you got to do. And then get your ass back in the fight. Right. There's nobody going to be feeling sorry for you because you're sorry for yourself. That's not how this works. Mm-mm. They want you to quit. They're looking for you to quit. They're hoping for you to quit. And you think that if you quit fighting, that it won't get worse. It definitely will get worse. So
they are coming for more.
They're coming for more.
Gird your loins.
They're going after abortion now. Next is same-sex marriage. Next is interracial marriage. Don't believe me? Being hyperler, we already had somebody in Congress who already said it. I'm not joking. I'm not playing with you. I'm not even putting fear in your heart. They've already said it. Go cry in the corner. You should. It's emotional. Get mad. Punch a wall. You should. I'm gonna stop doing the kick the dog thing because you shouldn't.
Don't kick the dog and don't hit a person.
You shouldn't do that. Don't hit a person. Don't violence against a living person anywhere else. Don't do those things. But do what you got to do to get all that frustration out, all that anger out, and everything else. Then get your ass back into the fight. They're not stopping. Neither should we. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, that is our show for tonight. I appreciate everybody that's coming. Please do not forget to hit that like button on the way out the door. I would truly appreciate it. And until next time, we will see you when we see you. Peace. Get rid of this. Okay. Now peace.